Hello, guys. Good morning. This is Clement Onilola, and I'm so glad you are joining me in this video as we look at the Forex market outlook for this week. So, I'm glad you are joining me in this video, and I believe you are ready for the month of October. Remember, on Friday, I mentioned that my target for the month of October is 1000 pips, and so I'm so glad you are joining us in this video. You are joining me in this video right now this morning. So, in this video, we're going to be looking at the outlook for the market for this week, Monday to Friday. And as we have always been doing, by Wednesday, we would come back and check how far the market has gone. And by Friday, we would also look at what we should expect for the weekend and how things can work out for next week. So, in this video, we are going to be looking at my outlook for the week, how we expect the market to play out for this week, and the things we should look out for this week. We will check whether we have some major news coming out this week and how we can leverage, minimize our losses, and maximize our profit in the market this week. All right, so let's go straight to the chart and see how we can pick things out for this week. Now, I identified this level on crude oil on Friday. You can see on Friday, crude oil went as low as $36 a barrel, and right now we're having a retest of the market of this level that was once a resistance. Now, this level here is looking like a support for this area. Can you see that area there? So it's looking as though it's a support region there. So it's an area we should watch. So let me remove this trend support because it has broken out of the trend. So we don't need that for now anymore. Now, so I'm still expecting the market to come into this region, this shaded region that I identified on Friday. So I'm expecting the market to come into this shaded region so we can know whether the market is going to be breaking above or we are going to have a continuation in the sell. So this region is a 185 pips region. That's $185 region. So it's a lot of money lying in that region if you are able to identify it very well and leverage it very well. So that for crude oil. So basically on crude oil, I'm going to be looking out for this shaded region and see how price reacts to this shaded region. Now, this shaded region, if it's holding as our resistance, we're going to sell crude oil. And if it is unable to hold as our resistance, we are going to see a clear break above, which would give us an opportunity to buy crude oil. So that is what we are looking out for now on crude oil. Moving on to gold. I mentioned this on Friday how I expect a bullish bias on gold. I'm expecting a rally on gold, and so far price has not been able to close below this, above this support area. So we are going to be waiting for price. I'm going to be waiting for price to this is forming a pin bar, and it is still below this support, but I'm going to like to see how price is going to react to this region, and that would give us and that would inform us on what we should expect on from the market. Now, looking at this now, it's not making any sense buying gold. It's not making any sense buying gold. But let's see how this plays out. This can be a false break, and if it is a false break, that means that they are just deceiving people into a short position. But if it is a false break, that means you're expecting a rally. But if it is an actual break, that means you're expecting a sell down to this support level, and that is about 178 pips. That's about 180 pips movement in the market. So let's see how this plays out on gold. I'll be looking out for this on gold as well. And right now I'm neutral on gold. I'm indecisive, and we need to also check out what the US dollar index is saying. Is the US dollar strong or it's not strong? We are going to look out for that, and we are going to see how that would affect the movement of gold. So moving on to pound NZD. Now I identified this area on Friday, and price is still within that area so far. So let's see how this is going to play out. Let's remove this trend. Now let's come down to 1 hour chart so we can have a better perspective of that on pound NZD. So looking at this on 1 hour chart, I mentioned something. Did I mention something about head and shoulder? I'm not sure I mentioned that on Friday, but this is looking like an head and shoulder structure in the market. So if we are able to, let's draw the pattern and let's see if we should expect something like that. So we have our left shoulder, we have the head, and we have the right shoulder still forming, and we have the right shoulder there. Now, this is a potential in the market. This does not mean that this is what we should expect in the market. This is a potential in the market. This is something that if this plays out, it can give us over, let me see that, can give us over 300 pips, close to 400 pips in profit. Now, that is one bias we should look out for. A possible head and shoulder structure on pound NZD. However, before you can make a decision on whether it is a viable head and shoulder pattern, this shaded region that I just identified here is somewhere you should watch. Is somewhere you should watch. It is looking as like a confluence. That's a confluence of support. So that confluence region is something we should watch. And if price is unable to break above this trend resistance, then we can have a potential head and shoulder. We can have a potential head and shoulder. So you can see this area is both a confluence of support and a confluence of resistance, this shaded region. Now, if price is able to break above, we are going to have a rally. And if price is unable to break above, we are going to have a plunge. So that is what I'm showing us on pound NZD. I would like to focus on pound NZD from the 1 hour perspective because this area is a very tight area and it's looking interesting. Yeah, it's looking very interesting for us. So that is that for pound NZD. Let us move on to pound AUD. Now, pound AUD is also playing out similarly to pound NZD, but of course, there is no head and shoulder pattern here. But you can see something here, and that is price has broken below this shaded region and is currently trying to test the shaded region. Now, if price is unable to close above the shaded region, then we are definitely going to have a continuation in the sell. For those people who sold pound AUD last week and you are excited now, if you were if you were smart enough, let me use the word smart, permit me to use the word smart. If you were smart enough, you would have closed after this movement. That's about 150 pips. Now, because you did not close it, definitely you are currently either in loss now or at break even. So you can see how this is playing out on pound AUD. It came down, went back up. Now this going back up is simply a retest, and this retest is still playing out. So I would like to see how pound AUD closes this 4 hour session, and I would like to see how the next 4 hour session plays out, so that if price stays below this shaded region, I'm going to be selling for a long while. Most likely, I'm going to sell and hold for about a week or two. And with that, we should have more profit because this should give us, if we sell down to this level, we are having close to 400 pips in profit. So so let's see how pound AUD plays out, and we are going to use that to make a decision for pound AUD. Now, moving out, of course, I'm bearish on pound AUD. Moving on to pound USD, I can see an inverted head and shoulder on pound USD right now. And if let me remove this pattern and let's try and draw something here. Now, this could give us something interesting. I'm coming. Let me identify a channel here. Okay, all right. It's not that. It's not that. Let me remove it. Now, this could give us a clear perspective on pound USD. Now, um, this area is a confluence of support. Let me remove the shaded region. Let me remove this shaded region. Now, this is a confluence of support. And what I'm expecting on pound USD. Now, listen to me carefully. This is how I would expect it. I would expect a spike down. If the spike is unable to stay below this confluence of support, then I would expect a rally up there. Now, the spike down can actually be a way of accumulating orders and stop hunting people, or stop hunting people, and a rally up would give us the real direction of the market. Now, this spike down can be our completion of the head and shoulder. before we have a rally, which would complete our inverted head and shoulder structure. However, it is possible that price is just currently accumulating orders right now, and we are going to experience a spike up and a spike down, which is going to invalidate the inverted head and shoulder. Now, a lot of people are going to look at the currency chart, the pound USD chart, and they are going to feel as though this is an inverted head and shoulder. Definitely is going to be an inverted head and shoulder, and a lot of people are going to rush into the inverted head and shoulder. Accumulating orders is what the market makers does best. So the market maker will keep accumulating all your orders because they have given you a clue in the market, and the clue they've given you in the market is inverted head and shoulder. Now, the inverted head and shoulder clue would make you feel as though the market is going to buy, and you are all going to pump in your orders. You are going to pump in your buy orders, and all of a sudden they will accumulate all of your orders. They will spike up, giving you the impression that they are actually going to buy in the real sense, and you are excited. You are excited about the buy and all of that, and all of a sudden you see a spike down, which is actually the real direction they wanted to go. But because you have seen an inverted and shoulder, you are not seeing what they are seeing, but they are setting a trap for you, and you are falling for the trap. So what I would advise right now is that hold on pound USD. This inverted and shoulder is not confirmed. Let us see how market makers play their game, and let us follow them and see how we can also follow in their game. Now you can see I just identified a rising wedge right now. A rising wedge is going to invalidate the inverted and shoulder. So you need to calm down before you feel it's an inverted and shoulder. Calm down and let us see how this rising wedge plays out. From my own perspective, if I'm going to think as a market maker, I'm going to expect all of you to buy, and I'm going to deceive you. I'm going to deceive you to buy. As a market maker, that is what I'm saying. I'm going to deceive you to buy, and I'm going to all of a sudden sell and close all of you out in loss and make my own profit. So that is how a market maker would think, and that's what I expect pound USD to play out in the market today. So that is that on pound USD. Let us move on to pound JPY. Pound JPY, well, it's currently at a resistance level. So let's see if price is able to close below or stay above the resistance. And there's nothing much to say here. Let's just watch how price react to this resistance level. If price closes above the resistance, we buy. If it closes below the resistance, we sell. So that is that on pound JPY. There's nothing much on pound JPY. I'm open to any movement in the market. So, and one thing you need to learn is that don't get attached to a particular movement in the market. The movement can change, so you have to learn how to change with the market as well. So CAD JPY has broken above this rising channel, which should actually be a signal to sell. So for that, we are going to keep watching. I'm going to keep watching. I'm going to keep watching what CAD JPY is going to do, how it's going to play out in the market. So I'm going to just keep on CAD JPY. I'll pass on CAD JPY, and let's see what is going to happen next. Euro JPY is still within this channel. It's still within this channel. So let's see how this channel works out for Euro JPY. If it's unable to break above this resistance, then we have another sell. We have another sell. But if it is able to break above this resistance, then we definitely have a buy in the market. That's for Euro JPY. Now for CHF JPY is very similar to Euro JPY. So CHF JPY is looking like it has broken above the resistance, but let's see how price holds off that resistance level. If price stays above the resistance level, then we are definitely going to buy on zero on CHF JPY. But if price is unable to close up, stay above, because it has closed above now, we need it to stay above. If it is unable to stay above, we are going to sell. So I'm here to see a clear signal in any of the charts so far. Euro USD, all right, Euro USD. For now, we need to check what dollar is doing. Is dollar strong or is dollar weak before we can decide on what is going to happen on Euro USD, gold, and pound USD. Now, for this on Euro USD, for this on Euro USD, it is still within this channel. It is still within this channel. So let's see what's going to happen here. This channel, they are simply going to be accumulating orders within this channel, and expect spikes, expect spikes, and expect false moves, expect false breakout, so that you will not be caught in the trap of the market, and you will not lose your money to whipsaws in the market. Whipsaws are false moves, whipsaws are spikes in the market. in the market. So be careful so you not lose your money to spikes and whipsaws in the market on Euro USD. So let's just patiently watch what's going to happen on Euro USD, and we use that to take advantage for ourselves in the market. Now on USD CHF, it's opposite of Euro USD. USHF is looking like it is going to sell, but before we can decide it's going to sell, let's see how price is going to hold off this region. If price is able to hold off this region, then we might have a potential sell. We might have a potential sell. So let's see how this region is playing out. Unlike Euro USD, the accumulation is not as that of Euro USD. But let's see how it's going to play out eventually, and we are going to know how we are going to leverage our account for that. Now you can see this is forming a descending triangle which indicates a sell. So let's see if that descending triangle is going to hold as a sell or not. Now let us bring this a little bit lower here so we can have something, a clearer perspective. Now, so let's see how that is going to play out on Euro USD, and we'll use that to make our decision in the market. Now for NZD card, I'm still expecting NZD card. It is breaking below this area. Okay, I think I'm getting a clear signal on NZD card now. If this region is closed properly, then I'm going to expect this region to close next. This is the first region. Then I'm going to expect this second region to close. Now, if price is able to close this second region, then definitely I would like to see a close below this support. Now, a close below this support will give me a confirmation to sell, and I'm going to be selling all the way down on NZD card. So NZD card is looking like my top priority for this week. So let's move on, and we are going to see how others are going to play out. USD card as well as finally touched this trend support that I drew last week. So now that we are here, let us look out for what price is going to do. Is price going to sell or is going to buy? Now USD is looking weak. From everything I can see so far, it's as though USD is looking weak. Yeah, from everything I can see so far, it's as though USD is looking weak. So let us see how USD card plays out here. Don't be surprised if we start seeing another opportunity to buy. Yeah, because this is a support level, anything can happen. But let's just wait and see how we can leverage and take advantage of USD card. Euro CHF, wow, this is a massive move. This happened over in the middle of the night. Yeah, this happened in the middle of the night. Now that we have this, I'm going to just remove this and let's see how, with the way Euro CHF is doing, I might eventually remove Euro CHF from the pairs I trade because this is not looking interesting. I don't like what I'm seeing. But let's see how it's going to play out for the last time and see if we can take advantage of what the market is doing. I can see a pattern here, even though I'm not sure that's all right. That is it. And even by the time we check this Fibonacci, we would see that it's almost at, you see, I told you it's almost there, 61.8%. So it's almost there. So it's actually an interesting pair. I just don't like the volatility of the pair. All right. So let's see how price react to this resistance level, which is also the 61.8% Fibonacci level of this price movement. So let's see how that play out on Euro CHF, and we use that to check what's going to happen. AUD USD has broken above and has retested, and it seems as though it want to continue above. Now, I'm going to love to see a final confirmation, which is above this level. Now, once price closes above this level, I am going to be buying instantly, and we are going to be buying up to this level. Now, ADS is also looking at like a pair I would be interested in for this week. So let's see how that plays out as well. USD JPY, okay. This seems like the odd part of USD pairs. So let's see how this plays out. It has gotten to this shaded region that I drew, and it has retraced back, and it seems as though price want to keep buying. Now let me identify this level. Let me identify this level as a resistance level. Now this area is a false breakout. You can see it took just 2 pairs to come back inside. Now, if price breaks above this level in USDJPY, it can give us a potential opportunity up to this level, and probably this level as well. So let's see how USDJPY plays out, and we are going to decide on what's going to happen on USDJ price. Euro card. It's also still ranging, and it's still within the shaded region. Let me remove this one here so we would have a clearer perspective. Now, it is still within the shaded region, so it's possible that Euro card would sell, and it's possible to buy up to this extent. So we never can tell how far it's going to buy or sell. So let's wait and see what's going to happen on Euro card from today till Wednesday and see if we can leverage. Now, I don't want to risk buying Euro card right now because this is a critical region. It can actually give us an impression of buying and buy to an extent and then start selling. That's for Euro card. So like I will just watch Eurocard and see what's going to happen on Eurocard and how we can leverage Eurocard for this week. Now, moving on to Pound CHF, I think that should be the last pair for today. All right, we have Euro USD left. Now, this is Pound CHF. I would like to see how price comes down to this level. Let me draw a shaded region there. I'd like to see how price comes down to the shaded region, and we are going to see what's going to happen on this within the shaded about the shaded region, whether we are going to have a price stay above or close below. So that is for pound CHF. So let's see how that plays out on pound CHF, and we are going to use that to make our decision for pound CHF. This is something else we should also look out for on pound CHF. So so let's see how this play out on pound CHF, and we would know what to do for that. So currently, it's not giving us a clear direction, but let's see how. Let's just wait and see what's going to happen, and we are going to take advantage of that as well. Finally, on Euro AUD, price came down to the support and went back and is coming down again. Now, from my own experience and from what might happen, we might be seeing a break. Might be seeing a break of this. We might be seeing a break. Might be seeing a break below this support region on Euro AUD. Now, that is a probability. It does not mean it's going to happen. So for Euro AUD, what I would love to see is I would love to watch this region very closely, and I'm going to see what's going to happen in this region. This region will decide whether we are going to have a buy or a sell on Euro AUD. So let's watch and see how that would happen. And on Wednesday, I'll be giving us an update on how the market has moved and what we should expect for the rest of the week. Now, I'm glad you joined this video, and I'm excited you took your time to watch this video up to this extent. And I would love to see you in my next video on Wednesday. And I hope you maximize everything I'm pointing out for you in this on the market analysis, and I hope it helps you become a better trader, because that's my goal. Actually, my goal is for you to become a better trader, to maximize your profits and to minimize your losses, and most importantly to preserve your capital and to become a better trader in all that you do. So thank you for taking your time to watch this video, and I hope I see you in my next video. Enjoy the rest of your week. My target for October is 1,000 pips. You can still join my Signal channel for that. So just take your time, set your goal for October, and make sure that you are working towards achieving your goal. I celebrate you so much, and I hope you are learning and you're becoming a better trader. Enjoy the rest of your week.